Harry Bridge,
And I'm Scott Mitchell.
and this is the DharmaRealm Podcast 2.0. And Starwipe.
Can you do Star Wipe?
I'll be really disappointed if I can't. It doesn't. This is the DharmaRealm Podcast for April 10th, and it's DharmaRealm 2.0. Totally new.
Yay.
Yeah. I'm here.
Yeah, you're going to have to do a whole new, we're coming to you from the whatever, because...
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll do that some other time.
All right. Coming to you from some undisclosed location.
Right? We're not even in the same place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's part of life now, having to do it like this because we can't get together. So we thought, let's try something different.
This is it.
This is it. So how are you doing, Scott? As we're recording this, we're at the beginning of week 4 of
Week 4.
stay at home, shelter in place, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing okay, you know. I don't know, the other day I went to Trader Joe's wearing a face mask, staying 6 feet from people. And they have all these new systems in place, like you can't get close to people. You can't bring in your own bags, they'll, all this kind of stuff. And the guy was really friendly, and, I was like, yeah, things are weird, but, I got a roof over my head, and I'm not really being affected by a lot of the economic downturn, and everybody I know is healthy. So, all things considered, yeah, it's kind of a bummer that I can't, weirdly, I miss my office. Because the Cheddar Shrinshu Center is totally closed down.
Right.
But, I feel like things could be a lot worse for me personally anyway. So
Yeah.
How are you? How's your perpetually cold round house?
Good. It has a roof. It rained today really hard. It's been pretty cold at night, right? And so, that's one thing I think some people have done during this time is to kind of counteract the kind of negative aspects is to, think of things you're grateful for. And certainly having a house, being able to stay in it and, not get evicted or whatever. And just, who knows what's going to happen in the next few weeks and months in this next year, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but who knows what's going to happen? I declare that the shrug emoji should be the official emoji of this pandemic. What's going to happen? I don't know. Which I think for when this all, it's interesting because the few weeks leading up to the last day at the IBS was Friday the 13th, and like the 2 or 3 weeks leading up to that were a lot of decisions because we had this major conference planned and all the usual stuff that we do, and you could sort of see like things sort of happening, right? Like first this gets canceled, and then there's this travel thing, and then there's this thing that happens in some other country, and it's like, and every day was some new sort of, do we hold the conference? Do we have to go teach online? How do we respond? And that was really, really intense for those couple weeks of just not knowing like what the next day would bring. Right. And I think that was kind of the hardest part, just the not knowing,
right.
Which, is unsettling.
Yeah. Just really, and for IBS, I think the transition wasn't, well, for me, it wasn't that bad because, like I've said, I've been using Zoom for 5, 6, not Zoom itself, but, doing that kind
online,
of online
video conferencing,
video conferencing. And I hated it, when I was used to having everyone in class, everyone can see the board, everyone can hear you. And then having 2 or 3 people online, I just really didn't like it. I felt it was disruptive to how I like to teach and everything. now that this has happened, I'm like, I'm so glad I had that experience, and
Yeah.
so glad I have that experience with Zoom and that kind of interaction, because I've seen a lot of friends who are professors and having difficulty. I can't imagine right in the middle of the semester, all of a sudden having to switch over 100% from never having used it before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awful, right? And have to redesign your
yeah.
class. How do I do this, right? So I felt very, again, grateful and fortunate to have already had the experience. And so it can be kind of annoying when we have meetings, and we had our church board meeting the other night, and it was like the chaos when everyone's logging. They're like, how do I get this? And can you see my picture? And just like all these voices. I just like, I'll wait till you guys get this right now. Noobs. Noobs.
It's not very compassionate, Reverend.
I've had it. I'm done.
I'm not so sure if I like Apocalypse Harry.
But once everything gets going, it's fine. It's actually kind of amazing.
Yeah.
The only bad thing is now we can almost have more meetings, right? It's
yeah. Are you
so
kidding
easy,
me? Like,
right?
yeah, I think I have like 6 meetings in the next 2 days. But a lot of it for us at the IBS, it's like a lot of the work that we get done often happens just sort of like because we're all in the same building, right? So
right.
like you run into somebody in the hallway, or you're working in your office and you're like, oh, I need to ask so and so a question, and you just go and talk to them, and you just sort of get that taken care of. So we've just been having more meetings to sort of replace those things.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, okay, I'm gonna have a weekly check-in with so and so just so I can ask them all the questions I need to ask them.
Mm-hmm.
Which is better than nothing, and it creates that an opportunity to actually connect with somebody else. It's not quite the same thing, obviously, but at least I'm connected to people and not just buttering around my apartment.
Right. And I think that helps with the routine too, right? To have for you, your week starts on Monday, right? For me, it starts on Wednesday, and I try Tuesday to not do it. I still try to stick to my schedule, kind of.
Right.
So I think that helps in a way, if you have that.
Yeah. So now we're zooming. That's a verb now. I guess that always was a verb, but now it means something else. Anyway, so we're gonna start a new what'd you call it? DharmaRealm 2.0?
Or the reboot,
yeah. So we'll do this.
Yeah.
Put some stuff. The other cool thing about it, like we have video now, right? So we can post some of these awkward talking heads. You can see my home office, which is actually my wife's office, but that's okay. And behind me here are lots of Legos. Oh,
you're gonna make a new Lego thing for each episode.
I should bust out some Legos. We have some, yeah.
Totally.
So we can put the videos up somewhere online.
Yep.
You'll do that, right?
Yeah. By the time people watch this, we'll have a DharmaRealm YouTube channel.
Wow.
But I think we'll put up the audio too. Is kind of
head,
so that we'll keep the podcast going as a podcast, but you'll be able to watch this a video version too.
Right.
For all the episodes at this point, and whether we keep doing it, I don't know, but I think we could.
Sure. Yeah. And the cool thing is because now I feel like we could do more guests more easily, right? Because there's plenty of people that I would love to bring in and have a conversation with, but they live in other parts of the world, and now everyone's sort of stuck at home, so
right.
We'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
That's what we should do. We should ask people to send us questions and like lists of people that we should talk to. Not that we will, like
dash their hopes against the rock.
People will be like, "Oh, talk to so and so," and I'll be like, "I'm not talking to them." Or more likely that person will be like, "I'm not talking to those guys."
Or like, but we'll give the former response for why it didn't happen. Yeah, so it should be fun. I think there's going to be a lot of stuff to talk about. Things have changed so much, right? And so I think Buddhism is hopefully something that can help during this time. right? And
Yeah.
help in a lot of different ways. And so we'll be talking about stuff like that.
Woo.
All right. See you in the next episode.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.